Alright, gang. Trey gang back at it again. Alright, check this out, gang. I'm finna spill some tea. And let's focus more on the CPS, the Child Protected Custody. Cause I wanna know the bastards that signed the goddamn paperwork and gave these thunderbooters A-OK with the kids. See what I'm saying? Cause now I'm thinking about the Child Protective Service. They quiet. And look, I'ma need all paperwork dealing with the kids. I wanna know what day they were released to the foster parents. How long did they have them? And why they changed them boys' name? Why did they change them boys' name? And they just got these kids. Cause we know they ain't had them for long. They ain't even had them kids for a year. Right? So look, I got hip to the scandal that be going on with a lot of missing kids. Cause it's real deep. Now we seen that footage when Trezell West greeted the police. And we got surveillance footage with a timestamp. And we got a timestamp on the call when it was made. But we got police on the scene before anything was reported. That's why the police chief keep going live. Now, I want to know about this agency. Because don't y'all know the oldest trick in the book? If you go get you some adopted kids, and then you on the black market, you know how to sell another human being and get some profit, go and adopt you some kids. So when you adopt the kids right, change their names and give them new identities. Then you could sell them and they can go cross border or jump on the plane. And now the kid missing. But they got a protection law. Y'all remember what I told y'all when Crenshaw called the lady? She said anything that dealing with the kids gonna be protected. Alright, this where the scandal come in there, cause this how law enforcement be involved with this type of shit. Alright. Now this go back to the adoption agency, the Child Protective Custody people. They not talking, they not speaking up, they ain't showing no file when they last seen the kids. What was documented in they file how the kids was doing? They just didn't just up and just gave it to them. Alright. Now, the reason why I said this, cause I want y'all to see this little documentary about the adoption agency. You know, like the group homes. You know what I'm talking about? Alright.
Georgia Tan kidnapped and then sold an estimated 5,000 babies between 1924 and 1950. 5,000. This is certainly beyond shocking and unsettling to hear, but how she got away with it, and how she got away with it for so long, only adds to the terrifying nature of this truly staggering story, which is actually hard to believe is 100% true. Tan pulled off her brazen scheme through operating the Tennessee Children's Home Society, a society which, on the surface, was doing the Lord's work, finding homes for orphaned children. In reality, it worked as a cover for Tan to funnel children into her care, only for her to turn around and sell them on the black market for extreme profit. In the nearly 30 years Tan and the society were in operation, she managed to kidnap and sell an estimated 5,000 babies. These weren't orphaned children placed under her care. They were stolen right from under their parents' noses. How? How could anyone get away with kidnapping and selling children for nearly 30 years right here in America? She did it with help from friends in high places. She took children who came from poor families, for the simple reason that poor families at the time didn't have the necessary resources to search for one of their children should they go missing. If families did file a report, Georgia Tan would have it handled by her close friend E.H. Crump, a powerful tycoon and the so-called boss of Memphis. Crump would make sure the reports of missing children were ignored. She also had an elaborate system for taking newborn babies from hospitals and mental wards, bribing doctors and nurses to help protect the children, and then tell their unsuspecting parents that their baby was stillborn. Tan would take off with the baby, with the child's parents believing their newborn to be deceased. She even had a system for snatching children right off the street. She took children from churches or daycare centers while they played with their friends. They'd end up in the arms of a uniformed social worker under Tan's employ, and they'd never be seen by their birth parents again. Once the children were under her care, and their parents were none the wiser, Tan would wipe their identities and sell them to couples looking to adopt, leaving them completely in the dark about where the child came from by falsifying or destroying their documents. Tan pocketed millions of dollars selling children to out-of-state couples, charging a $5,000 premium on out-of-state adoptions. Almost 90% of her sales, which in this context, sales is a truly disgusting word, went to wealthy couples in New York and Los Angeles who could afford the steep pricing of Tan's services, including actress Joan Crawford, who adopted her twin daughters from Tan. It should be noted none of the adoptive parents had any chance to suspect what they were doing was wrong. On its face, Tan's operation was a legitimate adoption agency. Of course, simply adopting a baby and then never having questions about where that child came from isn't possible. But if the adoptive parents ever questioned Tan about issues that arose, things like missing birth certificates or clearly falsified medical histories, Tan had an answer. If the new parents ever had any suspicion that anything fishy was going on, Tan would threaten them with legal action through one of her major accomplices, family court judge Camille Kelly. Judge Kelly used her position of power to sanction Tan's activities and threaten the adoptive parents with taking away their adoptive children if they continued to make a fuss or ask questions. They would also be threatened with being roped into whatever legal ramifications Tan may or may not have faced. I mean, they did use her services, so technically they were involved in an illegal enterprise themselves. And here was a judge telling them they were complicit. Needless to say, this blackmail coming from the US judicial system itself made a lot of folks go quiet. Tan was so powerful and wealthy, so highly regarded as a steward of ridding adoption of its negative stigma at the time, and so well connected, no accusations or rumblings of misconduct ever stuck. The story is so insane that it's hard to even frame it or tell it in a way that makes any sense whatsoever, but it's completely real. It happened, and it affected thousands of lives right here in America. To make it even more insane and unbelievable, one of those children that Tan and her agency kidnapped and sold to unsuspecting adoptive parents was professional wrestling legend, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. And in the end, Tan and Judge Kelly and E.H. Crump and everyone else who knew it was truly going on at the Tennessee Children's Home Society got away with it. None of them ever faced charges. Tan died of cancer at 59. Judge Kelly and E.H. Crump both died shortly thereafter in 1954 and 1955 respectively. None of the children they kidnapped were ever returned to their biological parents.
Thanks for
But look y'all, this shit get even more deeper. Now look, y'all can go on YouTube right now and just look up celebrities with adopted kids. And look how many celebrities that was adopting these babies. It's a big thing that's going on in California and all over the world. Now look at this. This just I'll get back to that. I'm gonna get back to that. Now watch this. The lady was so well known in the world. If y'all see the whole documentary about this lady, man, this lady used to go to California, New York, and do transactions in hotels. I got the baby. Boom. They come and, you know what I'm saying, pay the money on the spot for a baby. And next thing you know, they taking the baby onto a plane. Now look at this shit.
This woman, Georgia Tan, ruthlessly ran a black market baby ring, stealing over 5,000 children, selling them to the highest bidder. My next guest suffered horrible abuse from the...
And check this out. It's always gonna be brothers or sisters. It's got to be two of them. Cause look, it's a special kind. You look, watch this. You got Orient and Orient West. They changed their name, give them new identity, and sold the baby. Cause nobody ain't been found. Look at the same shit this lady got going on. Look at her victim.
The moment that Georgia Tan's gang kidnapped them at age 5. They were swept into a dark world of torment. They were terrorized. Twin brothers James and Thomas White say that Georgia Tan is a wicked woman who ruined their lives. We're glad to have you join us. So you were literally, someone came into the house and stole you both, right?
Yes, they did. We were
5
years of age.
Now listen to their story, how they end up got kidnapped and into another group home. See what I'm saying? Just say Orient and Orient West, they don't even know they been kidnapped. They probably somewhere in another facility. In their mind, they think they cool, right? But watch their story.
We were taking a nap, and my oldest sister, which was at 13 at the time, she had left the house and went down the street to visit our grandmother. And while we were napping, these people came in and took us out of the bed. We were still in bed.
Wow. And do you remember what happened then? Where were you taken?
Well, we was taken to Memphis, Tennessee, at the age of 5, and into the Tennessee Children's Home with Georgia Tan. We don't know exactly how long we were at the Tennessee Children's Family Home, but we spent a lot of time with Georgia Tan. She would take us places, me and my twin brother. So we have figured out that we had lived with Georgia Tan, you know, quite a few times, you know, for a long time. And then after that, she had, of course, now we don't have proof that she sold us, you know, that she got money. But then she sold us to a couple out in California, out in Hollywood. And we don't know exactly how long we stayed there, out there in Hollywood.
Didn't you all run away when you were 7 or something?
Yes, we did. This was when we was in Hollywood with these very wealthy people.
Wealthy people. Man, y'all better listen to this story. This shit still going on.
Why would two boys want to run away from a wealthy home?
We were abused quite a bit. We were beaten. When I say beaten, I mean literally beaten. Back in those days, when the ladies did the ironing cord would screw off. And this is what this woman would beat us with.
Well, she had a problem with drinking. Him and her both, you know, drank and partied quite a bit, and they would leave us alone at the house. So one night we just got tired of it, and we ran off from the home, from the house. And then a neighbor found us in a swimming pool. Of course, the swimming pool was not, you know, full of water. Found us in a swimming pool, and we had marks.
You were hiding out in a swimming pool.
And she found all the marks on us, and so she called the police.
Then you got sent back to Georgia Tan?
Yes, and that's when the sexual abuse came in at the home. I can remember, me and my twin brother, we haven't talked about it up until about 3 months ago. And then we got it out. We started talking about the sexual abuse. I remember laying on the floor with blankets. I remember kids with no clothes on. I remember the screaming and the hollering, and I remember them telling us to shut up. Now, these was not young men or young ladies. They was adults. They was grown people that would touch
sexually
us.
abusing the children?
Yes. They would touch us and hug us and kiss us, and they would put us in the
ways
bed.
that were not good?
That's right. They would put us in a big bed. I remember me and my twin brother in a big bed, and people just looking down at us while we was, and they had us to hug each other and to kiss each other, and well, it just goes on and on. That went on for, quite some time.
Man, that's probably why these folks be adopting these kids for personal shit. You see what I'm saying? Cause that's probably why the kid missing. Could be some kind of sexual abuse going on. We need to think about all this. So let's think outside the box, guys, and look from these people experiments dealing with these people.
Okay, so then were you put in another home?
Yes, we was...
sold again, you think?
Well, see, we was in 2 homes in Memphis, Tennessee. Ronnie, you want to take this? you need to come in.
We are...
and did you switch names every time?
We've got so many names that...
That's the game. You keep switching their names up, give them new identities, and sell them. That's why when you see a lot of missing people, you don't never see the families because they done came from the adoption agency. And you know what I'm saying? And they been new names and new identities. Look at the picture. Now the pictures y'all see on the missing people report, they want to give y'all an electronic image of these people. Man, y'all better catch up what I'm trying to tell y'all.
We don't know what to call each other half the time.
But we were in the Tennessee Children's Home Society at 1556 Poplar Avenue. And when Georgia Tan had too many children in that home, she would loan the kids out. There was no room for them to sleep.
Now, so was this her home? This was her home?
This was the orphanage home.
Yeah.
She had a home, an estate outside in the country. But she put us in the Porter Leith Children's Home there in Memphis, where she placed a lot of the children until she could find someone to adopt them.
So what we know now is it really was a front for an orphanage home, and she was black marketing the babies.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi.
How is he fit to be adopting kids? Look at his boots. And look at his daddy boots. Look at their image. They known for walking with, look where they stay at. I know the CPS, they come over their house. And look, how did they get the kids in the first place if they ain't even got nothing kind of establishment, like no house already? Or apartment. Where his income coming in at? This look like some DC sniper. Cause one thing, real niggas won't even wear no tactic boots that's ripped on the sides. Look how he got it. He ready for what come with the game. Him and his daddy. Look at the trench coat. Man, look, that sucker got a trench coat. And when they were walking around the neighborhood shop, They were ready for something to pop off. They were waiting on anything to pop off. I'm gonna tell y'all straight up. Him and his daddy, them folks is not scared, Jack. I'm gonna tell you something. They ain't scared. So, I'm gonna tell you something. He already think he a goddamn ninja. You see what I'm saying? So that lets you know he might be jacking like a motherfucker. And he got a stick. Usually when a nigga, you know what I'm saying, if your daddy look like this girl and said, boy, get your ass on that side, let's show these motherfuckers. That's why they walk chop around the block to let y'all know we ain't scared. Then they sat on the porch. I'm telling y'all, he got a backpack on. I wouldn't trust that sucker. That nigga might got a grenade in that motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? And look at the dog. That's when what you call that's when AV Watchman called the dog name. He looked clean at him. So now we know your dog name. Alright. And remember the address came back to an ice cream business. So what kind of scam they doing? They changed the kid's name. And where his wife at? So he lost his girlfriend, and then they still got the van. Now look, the police chief just did an interview. Cause if y'all seen the interview, they already know we know the timestamp when the police call came in about the kids. But guess what the police chief just said about what time they got the call? They knocked the hour off. Remember when the lady said it came in around about 6:45? Now the chief done knocked it down the hour, say they got it at 5:45. Trying to fit the narrative of when we see him on footage standing in front of the house. Cause he'll fit their timeline. You see what I'm saying? Alright, this the hour theory. They didn't expect for us to get that footage where we see him in the backyard. Okay. So they finna go with the narrative, what they trying to prove now. But when the camera showed different and showed the police on the scene, it showed the police on the scene, and then they left. The next door neighbor a witness, and this is evidence. It's about that footage in that backyard. That's why the news dude said, are you aware what's out there on that footage and what it showed? The chief said, yeah, I got a couple of people on and they briefed me, you know what I'm saying, every day. So that means they watching trying to see how much we know about this hour theory. Cause now they finna play with the timeline, y'all. They finna play with their timeline. Don't go for that shit. The chief look real sick. Hold up, y'all. Now this come back in when they talk about the agency. Now how we don't know that the Child Protective Service done put them in on it? Cause they got too much police protection for me. I mean, the police, anything what Giselle say, they going along with it. Well, the police chief act like this video doesn't exist, and they ain't even talked about this video. Ain't trying to, because it showed the police on the scene. Now we need to know who was on that scene. I need all phone records. They ain't trying to release the phone records neither. Cause he had to call somebody for them to come up there. And then look, the strange thing about it, we see the police going straight to the back gate. They just don't want y'all to just be like, oh, wait a minute. Then they'll hit you be like, wait a minute. That's how they connected. Oh, what I'm saying? Look. And then look, y'all. Did y'all notice? Look. Do y'all notice when he was in the backyard, the light was off? And then hold up, let me go to the hold up, let me see, can I go to the other police when they pulled up? Hold up. I need it when it gotta be this one. Now notice when he in the backyard. He in the backyard in the dark. Look, y'all, the lights ain't on now. You see that? He in the backyard in the dark, dressing all black. It's over with. You mean to tell me if you was throwing firewood, why you ain't got the light on in the backyard? It's pitch black dark. Pie y'all. So they let y'all know right there. The light off. Now, what you doing in the dark? And where Chop at? Look, y'all both check this out. Ain't no light on. If y'all watch this video many times, we know the light is off at this point. We see when the light come on. He in the dark is no, cause look, if the light was on, you'll be able to see, like, you can still see through the gate, but it'll be you'll see the difference. You'll see the difference. The porch light ain't even on. Alright, let's see what it look like when the lights on. He's still in the backyard. We see him, and he doing something with the lights off in the backyard. Hold up. Let's see when the lights come on. I might have skipped it too far. Now look, no porch. The neighbor come out. No porch light on. And y'all see how the neighbor light look? All right, that's how his backyard and front porch supposed to be lit up. And look, you ain't even finna be over there that long anyway, talking about getting no firewood. He ain't even went in the house yet. You ain't cutting nothing, and I don't see you throwing no axe. The light just came on. Now look at the backyard. The backyard light just come on. Damn. You finna see the porch light down there gonna come on when he come out the door. I wanna skip it, but y'all get the point. Y'all seen I ain't finna goddamn it taking me too long to goddamn it trying to get these lights to come. But yeah, he in the dark. We know how the child see the light come on in the back, right? Now you can see light through the fence real good. Yeah, the police couldn't edit this one, Jack. Cause that means somebody was cutting that light on. It gotta be a white, cause remember the kids ain't there. The kids in Bakerville. Now look, now y'all see what I'm saying? Now in this room right here, it's a light. Now look, y'all see that? That's the difference between y'all can see the lights on. Now look, y'all seen the car go down that street. It was a car just went down the street. He could have met up with somebody. All right, gang. Now we see what's going on. He in the dark. He had to be working. He ain't working by himself. Somebody working with him. But we know he got a brother that's working with the high official. When shit like this happen, we got to look at higher places. Cause look, the police ain't pulled on their scene for nothing, and they been spotted. Only way they control that narrative if y'all keep looking at the interview and trying to let the police chief uh switch the narrative up. They gonna have to explain why they was on the scene and the neighbors seen that and they is witness. And they could be subpoenaed in court. Cause now they gonna have to explain why they was there before this happened. And this tape, this like the golden jewel piece when they finna come to finding out the little boy. Cause now y'all finna find out the truth that law enforcement is involved. Look at the police chief body language in the last interview. He look like he tired and exhausted. Mm-hmm. Go analyze data and see how much frustration he going through right now. Cause they still trying to go with a narrative with this footage, with this time on her. Here I go live again and telling y'all, did he do another interview? This sucker did another interview. Pie y'all. Yup. Mm-hmm. This the cover up. Y'all looking at the cover up. Y'all looking at a cover up, Jack. Now they gonna have to, and that's why then look, they try to, Bakersville try to come with the human trafficking sting operation, right? Yeah. Now look, I'm gonna tell y'all the reason why they had to do that. Cause they know about the human trafficking case, so they trying to bust some motherfucking wanna be pimps and shit at a motel. That's human trafficking too when you soliciting women and shit. But we need the real trafficking where they do all that changing there and where they keep the people there for transporting and shit, right? Okay. Now look, how can they explain this? The chief made a big mistake when he said this footage don't even exist. And then let me show y'all when the police pulled up. Damn, man, I got the man. Shh. I got it too, man. I'm trying to see. I got so many videos I've been saving up. I don't even know what motherfucker got that. Let me see. Yeah, gang. Yeah, we need to look into the Child Protective Service who signed them papers for them. And they changed their name, give them kids new identity, and sold them to the highest bidder, Jack. Cause look, the bodies ain't came up missing. They still alive somewhere. They still alive somewhere. So I highly recommend that next door neighbor save all the footage he got, cause I'm interested in seeing what he done did the whole week before and the week after. He got a new house. Did his mama come over there and see their new house? Did his daddy come over there and see the new house and celebrate? You see what I'm saying? who been over at this house? And who else been who he been in contact with? Have he been spotted with somebody you know what I'm saying? These are kind of questions. Man, this camera might show some boys. Look, this camera might show some boys came out the house and being sold. Or it could have been somebody car done pulled in this house. They work at a high official. It could have been a sergeant, a lieutenant, or anybody could have made a visit to this house. And did the social worker come to this house? You got to think, did the social worker come to this house? What address they got the kids on file so they could be coming to do a routine checkup? That's what I want to know. Look, there you go, y'all. Now look. Hold on, this the pod when the police? No, that ain't the pod. Damn, man, where is it? Goddamn it. Damn, y'all, I'm trying to find it, y'all. My bad. I'll find it later. So y'all tell me what y'all think. Is the child protective service in on it and people in higher places? Cause if this was just somebody just randomly did this, they would have been with the jail and got some justice by now. But for some strange reason, law enforcement is really looking over a whole lot of evidence. Man, I'm telling y'all, the agencies, man, they wicked. This is another way of selling babies and humans. Especially you get your bundle when you got brothers and sisters, a whole family that you can sell at one time. That's doubling your money. And why the police like, man, look, shit. We just can't just up and bust these people because we bust them. They're just like me just turning myself in. See what I'm saying? And look, and then look. This where you get your organs harvested from. Just say, he probably met somebody that wanted two boys and was like, if you look at his backyard at his daddy house, they got all kind of power tools and shit. He could have chopped them up or something and got rid of them like that. Cause keep this in mind, before he moved in the house over there in Cali City, it was word that he set a big ass fire in the backyard before he even moved in the house. And check this out. The police need to go over there to the house and do a search warrant over there. Cause shit, I heard the kids was over there too. Look at his backyard. His backyard look like it's made for dismantling this shit. See what I'm saying? Man, look how, just say like, look at the scandal Hillary Clinton got caught up in. She got caught up in for this type of shit. Dealing with kids in the doctor agency. The main lady she funded got caught for human trafficking. This shit ain't nothing new. Come on now. All these missing reports out for these folks and they ain't coming up missing. And no family members neither. And then look, why his mama didn't? Why his mama ain't there on the camera with him when he decided to go live on the news? If he ain't had nothing to do with it, he be like, "Mama, come up there with me." You know what I'm talking about? Cause I'm finna tell these folks. None of that shit. All that shit is false flags to me. Man, look. If I get in trouble, man, look. If I get in trouble and I had to be on camera, man, you finna see me 100 deep in the background with niggas and family and all this shit. Yeah. But when you got a whole lot to do with that shit, ain't nobody on camera but you and the motherfucker that was accomplice. Now look, he ain't got no wife no more, y'all. He ain't got no more wife. She gone. This the perfect time to go talk to her. See what I'm saying? I wouldn't even put no pressure on her. You see what I'm saying? I'd rather talk to cause she ain't around Truzelle now. So he can't tell her what to say and what to do or being feared or getting her ass whooping or something. You know what I'm saying? She might tell it all if somebody come to her, right? You just can't come to her and screaming and shit, yelling and where the boys, you know what I'm saying? It's always a way to, you know what I'm saying, to talk to a person. You know what I'm saying? Get them to open up, man. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, man. Cause in that interview, she was real scared. Look at that interview, man. Her face was looking at that house and his face. That's the only thing she was focused on. She looking at that yard. And then look, that ain't even his house. Cause she was like, yeah, they came out my yard. So her name and everything. That's what I'm saying. Man, right now, Trezelle West ain't got no control over her. Go get the wife, Jack. Go holler at the wife and see do she want to rap. You know what I'm talking about? Cause she was looking like she was finna break bad at any moment. She was just waiting on the opportunity to get rid of this crazy ass nigga. Now wait a minute. I'ma tell y'all something. Now I'm finna ask the ladies this shit. Hold on, y'all. Let's be real. Let me show the ladies this, girl. Who will give this sucker some thunder booty? For one thing, look at his daddy. Mm-mm. So if you fucking with him, this who you meet. This cocksucker right here. See what I'm saying? And you know he old. He look like he's still stuck in the 70s and shit. You know he listened to a whole lot of jazz and shit. Cause his son like jazz. It's like his son following his weird ass footsteps. Now look. Who in the chat would call this sucker right here, they husband? That's my boo right here. This boo. Look, y'all. Tell me. And look at his dog. So you fuck with him, you gotta take the dog in. Look. Look at the dog waistline. That nigga must be a size. He must be a size 8, Jack. He got a. Don't no dog waistline supposed to be all, you know what I'm talking about. See? See what I'm saying? And then he ain't even no pit bull. You see what I'm saying? Where the muscles at? And look how long his face is. Yeah. But this your husband though. This your boo thing. Alright. And he walk around here with a goddamn stick like he Moses. Like this nigga finna strike a rock or something and make water flow. Alright. This is daddy. So you mean tell me y'all would take this sucker back to your mama house? Be like, yeah, mama, I found the man. And you gonna meet his folk. God damn, you gonna be like, man, these folk killers. Baby, get me up out of here before we But check this out. But look, then he got a ninja purse on. Now he got a ninja purse on. So he must got spikes in there. He must got little shit he can throw at a motherfucker like he finna reach in this bag and throw a smoke bomb and it be the cloud. Look, it gonna form a cloud or something. And next thing you know, when the smoke disappear, he gone. He done jumped the fence. Know what I'm saying?